One skill that is essential for an individual's personal and professional life is effective communication. Effective communication brings improvement to your soft skills and has a positive impact on your career and relationships. At every point in your career, you will be required to communicate effectively to get ahead. Effective communication is the process of exchanging ideas, thoughts, opinions, knowledge, and data so that the message is received and understood with clarity and purpose. When we communicate effectively, both the sender and receiver feel satisfied. In order for communication to be effective, all participants need to feel content with the outcome of the conversation. In other words, apart from reaching an understanding, they also need to reach an agreement about the communication objective. Communication occurs in many forms, including verbal and nonverbal, written, visual, and listening. It can occur in person, on the internet, such as forums, social media, and websites, over the phone, through apps, calls, and video, or by mail. And then, of course, we always can communicate when we are face to face. Let's talk about some key principles and techniques to enhance your communication skills. Clear and concise expression is the ability to convey information or ideas in a straightforward and succinct manner. It makes it easy for the audience to understand. Here are some tips to achieve clear and concise expression. Before communicating, take a moment to organize your thoughts. Identify the main points you want to convey and the logical order in which to present them. This will help you maintain clarity and coherence in your expression. Avoid using overly complex or technical language that may confuse your audience. Instead, opt for simple and straightforward language that is easily understandable by a wide range of people. Be direct and concise in your communication. State your main point or message up front and provide supporting details or explanations as necessary. Avoid unnecessary digressions or lengthy explanations that may dilute your message. Minimize the use of industry-specific jargon or acronyms, especially when communicating with a non-specialist audience. If you use technical terms, ensure that they are explained clearly or provide appropriate context for better understanding. When presenting information or key points, consider using bullet points or lists. This format helps break down complex ideas into digestible chunks, making it easier for the audience to grasp and remember the information. In addition, you can take time to review and edit your communication. Focus on your audience needs. Consider what information is essential for them to know and how best to convey it in a way that resonates with them. Visual examples are always helpful, so you can enhance clarity and reinforce your message by adding charts, diagrams, or illustrations. By practicing clear and concise expression, you can communicate your ideas more effectively, engage your audience, and ensure that your message is understood as intended. Active listening is a crucial skill that involves fully focusing on, understanding, and engaging with a speaker during a conversation or discussion. It requires more than just hearing the words being spoken. It involves being attentive, showing genuine interest, and demonstrating understanding. Some key aspects of active listening are giving your undivided attention to the speaker. Minimize distractions and focus on the conversation at hand. You can do this by maintaining eye contact and using nonverbal cues. Display interest in the speaker's words or perspective. Allow the speaker to express their thoughts without interruption. Reflect on the speaker's message and paraphrase it back to them in your own words. This demonstrates that you are actively processing and understanding their words. It also helps clarify any misunderstandings and ensures that you have correctly interpreted their message. Try to understand the speaker's emotions and perspectives. Put yourself in their shoes and respond with empathy. Acknowledge their feelings and experiences, even if you don't agree with them. Validating their emotion fosters trust and openness in the conversation. Suspend judgment and refrain from making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. Listen with an open mind and be receptive to different viewpoints. recognizing that everyone has a unique perspective and that understanding their viewpoint is crucial for effective communication. By actively listening, you can foster better understanding, build stronger relationships, and promote effective communication. It demonstrates respect for the speaker and creates an environment where open and meaningful dialogue can take place. Nonverbal communication refers to the messages and cues conveyed through gestures, facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice, among other nonverbal cues. It plays a significant role in communication and can complement, emphasize, or even contradict verbal messages. Some key aspects of nonverbal communication are facial expressions. These are a primary way to convey emotions and attitudes. Smiling, frowning, raising an eyebrow, or squinting can communicate happiness, sadness, surprise, confusion, or skepticism. Pay attention to others' facial expressions to understand their emotional state and gauge their reactions. Body language involves the use of gestures, posture, and movements to communicate. Open and relaxed postures typically convey attentiveness and approachability, while crossed arms or fidgeting may indicate defensiveness or discomfort. Using appropriate body language to project confidence, engagement, and interest in a conversation is always helpful. Eye contact can indicate attentiveness, interest, and sincerity. Maintaining appropriate eye contact shows that you're actively engaged in the conversation. However, excessive or prolonged eye contact can be intimidating, so it's important to strike a balance and respect cultural norms regarding eye contact. Hand gestures and movements can enhance or reinforce verbal communication. The tone of voice, including pitch, volume, and intonation, can convey emotions, attitudes, and emphasis. Varying your tone appropriately can add depth and meaning to your verbal message. Touch can convey different meanings depending on the context, culture, and relationships between individuals. Your clothing, grooming, and overall appearance can influence how others perceive you and interpret your messages. Dress appropriately for the situation to convey professionalism, confidence, and respect for context. Maintaining good personal hygiene and grooming also contributes to a positive impression. Silence can be a powerful nonverbal cue. Pausing before speaking or allowing moments of silence during a conversation can convey thoughtfulness, respect, or the need for reflection. By paying attention to nonverbal communication, both in yourself and in others, you can gain a deeper understanding of the messages being conveyed and enhance your overall communication effectiveness. It's important to be mindful of cultural variations in nonverbal communication and adapt accordingly to ensure clear and respectful interactions. Empathy and understanding are crucial elements of effective communication and building meaningful connections with others. They involve putting yourself in someone else's shoes, recognizing and validating their feelings, and seeking to understand their perspectives and experiences. Some key aspects of practicing empathy and understanding in communication include truly listening to the person speaking. Focus on their words, tone of voice, and nonverbal cues. Give them your full attention without interrupting or judging. Put yourself in the other person's position and try to see the situation from their point of view. Consider their background, experiences, and beliefs that might shape their perspective. This helps you better understand their motivation and responses. Acknowledging and validating another person's emotions lets them know that their feelings are heard and understood. Encouraging the person to share more about their experience and feelings by asking open-ended questions. This allows them to elaborate and provide deeper insights. It demonstrates your interest in understanding their perspective. Develop a genuine curiosity about others and their experiences. Ask questions and seek to learn more about their background, interest, and values. This helps foster a deeper understanding and connection. Be mindful of your choice of words and use inclusive languages that respect diversity and different perspectives. Avoid making sweeping generalizations or assumptions based on stereotypes. By incorporating empathy and understanding into your communication, you create a safe and respectful environment that fosters meaningful connections and promotes effective dialogue. It allows for deeper understanding, stronger relationships, and the resolution of conflicts with empathy and compassion. Adapting your communication style and language to suit the needs, knowledge, and background of your audience. Whether you're speaking to a colleague, supervisor, or layperson, consider their perspective to ensure effective communication. Being mindful of your audience is a crucial principle to enhance your communication skills. It involves considering the specific characteristics, needs, and expectations of the individuals or groups that you're communicating with. Some key aspects of being mindful of your audience include tailoring your language or vocabulary to suit the knowledge level and familiarity with your audience on the subject matter. Recognize and respect cultural differences within your audience. Be aware of varying communication styles, values, norms, and customs. Avoid making assumptions or using language that may be offensive or inappropriate in certain cultural contexts. Consider the goals and interests and motivations of your audience. Determine what they're seeking from the communication and how you can best address their needs. Utilizing examples, stories, or analogies that are relatable and relevant to your audience's experiences or fields of interest can help clarify complex concepts, making your message more relatable and engaging your audience. You can adjust your communication style to match the preferences of your audience. Some individuals may prefer a more formal or structured approach, while others may respond better to a conversational and informal style. By being mindful of your audience, you can communicate more effectively, engage your listeners or readers, and ensure that your message is received and understood in a way that resonates with them. It helps to build rapport, foster productive relationships, and achieve your communication goals. Choosing appropriate communication channels is essential for effective communication. Different channels offer various features, advantages, and limitations. Some factors to consider when selecting the right channels include considering the type of message you want to convey. Is it a complex idea that requires detailed explanation, or is it a quick update? Is it sensitive or confidential information? Different channels are better suited for different types of messages. Determine how time-sensitive your message is, and if it requires immediate attention or response, a real-time communication channel like a phone call or video conferencing or instant messaging might be appropriate. For non-urgent matters, email or asynchronous messaging may be more suitable. Assess the accessibility and convenience of various channels for your audience. Consider their preferences, technological capabilities, and availability. Understand the demographics of your audience, including their age, technological proficiency, and communication preferences. Different generations and groups may have varying preferences for communication channels. Consider the purpose of your communication. Are you delivering important information, facilitating a discussion, providing updates, or seeking feedback? Certain channels are better suited for specific purposes. Evaluate whether nonverbal cues, such as facial expressions and body language, are essential for the message. In these cases, face-to-face or video communication may be necessary to convey those nonverbal cues effectively. It's important to assess all of these factors and choose the most appropriate communication channel for each situation. Flexibility and adaptability are also crucial, as communication needs may vary depending on the circumstances. Remember to consider the preferences and comfort levels of your audience to ensure effective and efficient communication. Organizing your thoughts is an important step in effective communication. It helps to convey your message clearly, logically, and in a structured manner. Some techniques to help you organize your thoughts include clearly defining what you want to communicate and the key points you want to convey. This will serve as the foundation for organizing your thoughts. Break down your message into main ideas or key points. Arrange your ideas in a logical and coherent order. Support your main ideas with relevant evidence, examples, or anecdotes. Remove any unnecessary or irrelevant information that does not contribute to your main message. This will help maintain focus and clarity in your communication. Take the time to review and revise your organized thoughts. Check for clarity, coherence, and effectiveness. Remember that organizing your thoughts is a dynamic process. It may require iterations and adjustments as you gain more insight and feedback. By following these techniques, you can present your ideas in a clear and organized manner, enhancing your communication effectiveness. Seeking feedback is an important part of improving your communication skills and gaining insights into how your message is received. Some strategies for seeking feedback include selecting people whom you trust and who are knowledgeable in the area of communication in order to provide feedback. These could be colleagues, mentors, supervisors, or friends who can provide valuable insights. Clearly communicate the specific aspects of your communication that you would like feedback on. Encourage honest and constructive feedback by creating a safe and open environment. Let people know that you genuinely value their input and are open to hearing both positive and constructive feedback. Instead of seeking a simple yes or no answer, ask open-ended questions that encourage detailed feedback. These could include things like, what are some areas where I could improve my communication? What suggestions do you have to make my message more impactful? Be open-minded and receptive to criticism. Remember that feedback is intended to help you grow and improve. Avoid becoming defensive or taking feedback personally. Instead, view it as an opportunity for growth. Actively listen and take notes on feedback. Reflect and analyze the feedback, and then practice and apply feedback. It's also important to seek feedback regularly and provide feedback to others. Remember that feedback is subjective and can vary from person to person. It's important to use your judgment and filter the feedback you receive, incorporating what resonates with you and aligns with your goals. By seeking feedback, you can gain valuable insights, identify blind spots, and make continuous improvements in your communication skills. Practicing active communication is an important aspect of enhancing your communication skills. Active communication involves actively engaging in the communication process by taking steps to ensure effective understanding and engagement. Some strategies to practice are giving your undivided attention to the person or people you are communicating with. Minimize distractions such as phones or other devices and focus on the conversation at hand. This shows respect and enhances understanding. Actively listen to the speaker by paying attention to their words, tone of voice, and nonverbal cues. Avoid interrupting or formulating your responses while the person is still speaking. Instead, listen attentively and seek to understand their perspective. If anything is unclear or you need further information, ask questions and seek clarification. To ensure understanding, paraphrase or summarize what the person has said in your own words. This not only helps to confirm your understanding, but also shows the speaker that you're actively engaged in the conversation. Utilize nonverbal cues, such as nodding, maintaining eye contact, and using facial expressions to show your engagement and understanding. Be mindful of any assumptions you may have had and avoid jumping to conclusions. Ask for clarification and seek to understand the speaker's intentions and meaning. Practicing active communication not only improves your understanding of others, but also enhances the quality of your own communication. It promotes effective dialogue, mutual understanding, and stronger relationships. By consciously incorporating these strategies into your communication, you can become a more active and engaged communicator. Continuous improvement is the process of constantly seeking ways to enhance your skills, knowledge, processes, and performance over time. In the context of communication, continuous improvement involves actively working on refining and developing your communication skills to become a more effective and confident communicator. Some strategies for continuous improvement in communication include regularly reflecting on your past communication experiences, both positive and negative. Analyze what went well and what could have been improved. Identify patterns or reoccurring challenges to focus on for improvement. Set specific goals for yourself in terms of communication. For example, you may aim to speak more confidently in public or become a better listener. Setting goals helps to provide direction and motivation for improvement. Observe and learn from skilled communicators or role models around you. Pay attention to their communication techniques, such as their clarity, confidence, or ability to connect with others. Emulate and incorporate these techniques into your own communication styles. Consider participating in communication courses, workshops, or seminars to enhance your communication skills. Develop self-awareness regarding your communication strengths and weaknesses. Recognize areas where you may need improvement, such as managing emotions during difficult conversations or adapting your communication style to different audiences. Mindfully work on improving those areas. Continuous improvement in communication is an ongoing process. It requires a proactive mindset, a willingness to learn and grow, and consistent effort. By committing to continuous improvement, you can enhance your communication skills and become a more effective communicator in both personal or professional contexts. By being aware of these key principles and techniques, you'll be able to enhance your communication. So every time an opportunity presents itself, be aware of how you're communicating and seek to understand ways in which you can communicate more effectively.